who I don't believe is on the grid. Neither is Malvern May.
No, Malvern hasn't been there all weekend, unfortunately, due to some engine issues. However, let's not worry about that. Let's worry about the start. Who's going to hook up nicely here? And away we go. The lights go. I think Dell's made the best start there. He definitely seemed to have a bit of a tenth of a second jump on the rest. He's made up that little bit of a gap. The disadvantage being third to pole position is, but is he going to hold it into the first corner? Twyford goes for the old sweep round the outside, and he takes the lead. It's going to be Dowds there in second. I think that's Lindemann in third from the second on the grid, and away they go. I'm going to apologise once again that we didn't make much of a go with what became the battle for third place, of course, between Arvin, Costin and Lilly. Those guys were really going for it earlier today, and they were only separated by fractions of a second. Toby Finnis on his Crawford's, Tay Farm Systems, Harlow Ag supported machine. I should know them, really, shouldn't I? But he was in sixth place ahead of Jack Bettison. Seb Barron, totally unsponsored, no mention at all as to what bike or what sponsor he's got.
Well, presumably Pramac don't sponsor him.
Yeah, maybe the Pramac SV. Well, you probably fooled somebody. Well, that's good to see Seb out there.
Well, I think what we had from the start there, I don't know if you saw that, I think number 33 of Steve Costin didn't quite make the best of starts there and dropped some way down the order there on that light blue Sublime Design Suzuki there. But the best thing that can happen at the moment there for number 3, Ollie Arvin, he's in 4th place at the moment, and he's got the 3 main guys in the championship in front of him. So if he can latch onto the back of him there, which he's trying to do, this could well be pay dividends for him.
Well, the one who's paying dividends at the moment is Dave Twyford, because he's got what we would consider, in the way this season has been unfolding for these guys, that is a massive lead. There's no two ways about it. He came across the line with the advantage of 1 second, 1.091, so he's broken them as far as any DRS advantage goes as well. Lindemann and Dowds, they were separated by a far more reasonable 0.057 of a second, because they were side by side. Lindemann got the advantage, they went into Redgate. Second or so back is Ollie Arvin. He's holding off Kev Lilly with Toby Finnis right in his wheel track. Steve Costin is down in 7th at this stage. And Steve, as you mentioned, didn't make a good start, lost 3 places on the opening lap. Who made a bit of ground there? Smith made up a couple of places, Spencer made up 4, Black made up 5. Some good bad start there by Catling. He went down by 4, Bake went down by 3, Ellis went down by a couple as well. So all chopping and changing out there, but the main interest is at the front there. And Lindemann, who came across the line in 3rd place, so he had moved up to 2nd, has now gone purple at Sector 1. We would expect somebody to go purple up there, of course, because it's the first time they have a flying approach to it from the standing start on the previous lap. But obviously it's Greens, Twyford and Dowds down. Look at Lindemann, that gap was 1 second exactly over the line, 1.148 covering the top 3. Covering the top 3 now is 1.5 seconds, but it's Lindemann with the fastest lap of a 15.572. So already just 0.2 of a second away from what is the new lap record of a 15.3 set by Mr. Twyford. Now, Mr. Twyford will know that he's under a lot of pressure, but that's a relatively slow lap for David there. Actually, he does a 16.122. So that's a long way off the pace in relative terms. Dowds, of course, might be hurting a little bit. His bike might not be 100% as well, despite the low damage. Of course, a high side can tangle up a bike. But however, I'm not writing him off, because he is within touching distance of the other 2 as they make their way across the top once again, waiting for him to trip the timing beam. I wonder if we're going to see another purple from Lindemann there. So 15.572 is a couple of tenths away from Twyford's lap record. No, Twyford goes green. It's a yellow for Lindemann, but when you've already set the fastest lap, it could actually literally be within a thousandth of a second just to go yellow. So I'm not reading anything to that. He certainly is not going slowly. I imagine he's trying to pick up a toe all the way down the straight. In fact, he is. He's about a bike length behind Twyford. They're starting to drop downs at this stage, but this is the battle for the lead. It ain't going to be a 3-way one this time. It's going to be a 2-way battle, and over the line they go. Separated this time by 0.2 of a second exactly. And no, both in the... No, it's a 15 again for Lindemann.
Lindeman's got the lead now as he goes up the inside of Dave Twyford there, but Dave Twyford trying to retaliate and get the cut back as they go down Redgate through Hollywood once more, almost 2 by 2 as they go down Hollywood and in towards Craner Curves. And this time around we've got 3 laps down and 6 to go then. So this is lap number 4 then. 0.2 of a second separated Twyford from Lindemann across the line, but that's all changed now as they go through the old hairpin, then underneath Starkey's, through Starkey's and on towards Schwanzhammer Claims, where they will come back into our view once more now. Is it the yellow bike or is it the black bike? And Keith, right there, it is the Giraffe Decorators 333 machine of Dave Lindemann, who's still fending off the reigning champion.
Yes, indeed, but it is nose-to-tail stuff. It looks like David's going to fight straight back. I wonder if David's had a look over his shoulder to work out where Dowds is, and the answer is about 2.5 seconds back, because Dell, for whatever reason, is unable to maintain this pace. And we do know Dell is capable of maintaining this pace, because he too was on lap record sort of pace earlier. He's got a handy lead, though, over Ollie Arbin, so he might just be riding for some points and write this round off, or particularly this race off. Arbin is pretty much alongside Steve Costin when they came across the line, and Kev Lilly was right there. Here come the leaders then over the line, nose to tail stuff, half a bike length between them, which translates to .086 in real terms, as Twyford has a look down the inside, does he? No, Lindemann goes down the outside. He's got that one sussed. It opens up the gap a little bit, only by a couple of bike lengths. So obviously Twyford will be thinking about the championship. He knows how to win the championship. He is the 2 times mini-twin champion, so he knows all about how to bring it home by the end of the year. And he'll know that challenging somebody who, well, I'm not going to say Lindemann's out of the championship, but coming into this round, he was 80 or so points, 90 or so points, sorry, behind Darren Dowds. He was about 76 points behind Dave Twyford. So Dave will be totally aware of these gaps. He's a very intelligent guy. He's a paramedic by trade, and he will know what the gaps are, and he'll know how to manage them. So if he loses 5 points to Lindemann, it ain't the end of the world, because obviously his main competition is Dell Dowds, and right now Dell is really struggling. 17.5 seconds that time. 1:17.5, I should say, is his time. The other guys are into the low 16s there. Twyford is 16.3, 16.0 for Lindemann. So I do wonder if we're going to leave this track. I wonder if the lap record's gone out of this track now, because it might be getting a little bit too warm, as Twyford again uses the slipstream. He's looking for the outside pass there. Lindemann's got the inside advantage again into Redgate. We know the outside line can be very quick around here. Twyford goes wide, it actually closes the gap. He gets to within his wheel, almost within touching distance of the rear wheel of that machine of Lindemann. So Dave is definitely not letting this one go. He's going to push on for that win, I think. We're 5 laps into this. This is the 9-lap race, the last of the 9-lap races, I think, for this afternoon. We will be doing 8-lap races after this. Ollie Arbin, it is then in 4th, still ahead of Kev Lilly, Steve Costin, Toby Finnis, Smith, Bettis, Barron. Seth Barron doing a good job inside the top 10 there for the man who's done so well in the rookie mini-twins, has now been promoted almost instantly to the top class, as indeed is Dave Lindemann. We shouldn't forget that, strictly speaking, Dave Lindemann is a rookie, but only in this country, really. He's got some overseas racing experience, as indeed has Seb Barron. So, down the straight.
Oh, we've got a rider down there up at Coppice there, Keith. I'm not sure whereabouts in the pack that would have been, but there is a rider down up there at Coppice. Marshals will be tending to the rider and machine. We'll have a look on the cameras there to who that could well have been.
Because they're coming side by side over the line. How do you like your race this way? You've got to run a brake guard on these suckers. It's literally, it's a wheel length ahead for Twyford, but Lindemann going strong on the brakes down the inside, and he wants that position back. Now the clock is going to tell us that Twyford led him across the line by .054, both in the mid-16s. And who do you think we've lost there, mate?
It looks like number 19 machine of Kev Lilly hasn't come across the line there. He was in that battle with Arbin and Costin, and Finnis has dropped some way back from that battle now. But Kev Lilly, the number 19 machine there, unfortunately seems to be down and out of it up there at Coppice.
We don't see Kev go out very often either, do we? He's not one to make mistakes as a rule, is Kev.
No, definitely not. It's a shame to see him go down and out of this one there, out of what was that, 5th place there, unfortunately, behind Ollie Arbin, but ahead of Steve Costin, as the rest of the runners and riders make their way past us here. So there's still yellow flags, I suspect, being shown up there as the marshals move that machine out of the way. And Twyford, as you say, 0.5 of a second leading ahead of Dave Lindemann. They're now 6 seconds ahead of the number 22 machine of Dale Dowds, but it doesn't matter if it's 0.6 or 6 seconds. It is still only, what's that, 9 points between 1st and 3rd.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's still pretty much a championship. It's going to get battled. Wouldn't be surprised if it went down to the last race, quite frankly. Here they come again, nose to tail. So again, Twyford looking to pull out. Looks like Lindemann has a quick look under his shoulder there just to see where Twyford is.
And there's a back marker.
The back marker is going to get gobbled up. Oh no, he holds Lindemann up. Lindemann nearly tangles with the back marker. That's good news for Twyford there, because it sometimes when you're the first one to get the back marker, you punch your way through and relegate your friend, or your rival, I should say. But that time it was Lindemann who got compromised. So Twyford will now watch the back marker pick up his bike, get out of the way, and hopefully stick through and go straight past his rival. We'll wait and see if it has any effect. certainly the times are not as strong as they were earlier. We're into the 16s very regularly here. Arden with the PB there on a 17.433 as he tries to hold off Mr. Costin, who's definitely got his eyes on the prize there. Toby Finnis a little bit further back, and Jack Batterson, Lee Smith, Brian Mayer. Seb Barron has just lost a place to Brian Mayer, actually. We can see Catling just passing Svensson well. But wow, we've got some battles here going on. What's that was a wave of the hand.
Yeah, the 177 was that 177 machine. Sorry, the 777 machine of Hurst got the better of Griffiths there, but Griffiths did a little bit of grass tracking there, so Hurst said, "Oh, it might have been a little bit close there." I'm sorry for that.
Oh, look at this! Twyford's got a lead, and don't want to get excited, but with 2 laps just left to go, they come across the line, and that is not the biggest lead we've seen. It's a quarter of a second, but
well, it's gone now.
Straight away, Lindemann right back on there. I did think we might see Dave with an advantage. Oh wow! Around the outside, side by side at Hollywood. These guys are absolutely flying. That was actually a faster second sector time there for Lindemann. He was obviously desperately trying to catch Twyford. Twyford also went green in that second sector. So that 16 sector, they must have been very slow through the first sector there to end up like that. I wonder how many more back markers these guys have got to play with. Fortunately, they're on the last lap. I don't think they might, no, I don't think they're going to catch those guys who are just going up to Coppers now. They're coming around into McLean's, and again, is that Twyford out in front?
Still Twyford leading the way.
A little bit of yellow I can see there, yeah, brilliant. Oh, look at Lindemann though, he closes him as they go over the back there. And yeah, it's Twyford with the green there. Looked like Lindemann closed, but hey, that's a fraction of a second later. They're going to work their way down the straight. Some back markers having their own personal argument. What sort of times are those back markers doing?
Oh, having a look, Lindemann's having a look at the inside of Twyford there, but whoa, right up onto the curb on the inside. There goes Lindemann. Dave Twyford's having none of it.
Okay, just look at the times those back markers are. They're 25, so they're going around at 6 seconds. So I wonder if they got. Oh,
that's a checkered flag. Checkered flag.
I thought that was meant to be a 9-lap race.
That was a 9-lap race. That wasn't.
Sorry, we're not looking at the.
That was a 9-lap race.
Sorry,
I
thought we had one more to go. Sorry. Oh, I'm just getting carried away, just not counting it right. Sorry, mate, I do apologise. I thought I wasn't paying enough attention to the screen for once. I was just too busy enjoying the action out there. So Twyford, another 25 points for him. Most importantly, is a 9-point gap between himself and his rival, Mr. Dell Dowds. We'll wait and see if Dell can. Oh, sorry, that was
that's Brad Catlin and Svensson.
Yeah,
so Brad Catlin and James Fenton coming across the line there side by side. Looks like James Fenton was trying to eke out a little bit more power from that SV, but to no avail there, unfortunately, as Brad Catlin just about pips him to 11th place.
That was a bar bang, I think, there.
Oh, yeah.
That was why we have brake lever protectors on these things, I think, mate.